So good morning, everyone, to today's morning guided session. Today, we are going to be doing it in a series of steps. So what is a morning routine? Is a morning routine or a morning ritual is a series of practices that you start your day with. Like if you're like most people, typically, we start our day and then we don't give it much thought. We wake up our day with a general feeling of unease and anxiety. Then we start checking our phones and, we lie there down for some time. Then we leave it back. Then we go back, wash our face and it just kind of day goes on autopilot. Or, but on the other hand, a morning ritual or you see a lot of elders, they wake up and then the first thing they do is like chai sutti. That's what they say, right? You smoke a cigarette, you have a chai, then you watch read the newspapers. Like what a lot of elderly men you see them do. Well, a morning ritual is a series of conscious practices that you do to start your day with. And a morning routine can be anything, but it has to be a series of conscious steps that you're taking. The word conscious is the key word because remember that your morning sets the tone for the day. If you start your day low on energy, low on motivation, and constantly feeling worried, it starts to cascade down it starts to have a snowball effect down through to the entire day, where your day tends to progressively get worse and progressively tends to get worse. When I wanted to fix my life, the very first step that I did was to wake up in the morning and first fix my morning, win my morning. If I won my morning, then I could win the day. I learned this from Robin Sharma, and it has been working so much for me ever since. And that's why I made it a practice to make these morning sessions a mandatory part. And what we're going to do here, what we're going to do is we'll start off with a small morning meditation, a guided meditation. So I'll be playing. That'll be followed by a journaling practice. And we're going to write down the things we're grateful for. And, we are going to do this journaling practice, after which we're going to plan a routine our day. So on the very on the first few days, it might take anywhere around 40 minutes to 30 minutes. But as you start to make this a continuous practice, you will see that everything that I mentioned, from the meditation to making your do it list, can be done with 20 minutes. And of course, it remains. You see, by meditation, it doesn't mean that you have to do a 2 hour long meditation or go to a cave or, you don't have to do any of that. Even anything as less as an 8-minute meditation in the morning is enough to declutter your mind and reset your body. That's more than enough, right? And after this will be followed by me explaining the task. This will be followed by me explaining the task for all the members of the Impact Pro. This task is for members of the Impact Pro, especially who are starting out. And for others, of course, for the members of the Lifecraft 2, Lifecraft 3, you're all now doing your social media boot camp, guided with Sanchari. So, that's precisely what you should be focusing on. All right. So let's begin. I want you all to first sit upright. You can, if some of you, if you're leaning forward, if you're like leaning back, I want you to just sit upright. Maybe hold your chin up. I want you to be able to sit in a comfortable position such that you are able to take deep breaths. When we breathe, we typically take shallow breaths from our chest, but I'm going to take a deep diaphragm breath. Breath that goes up and fills your diaphragm. The diaphragm is this portion. And then slowly release it. As you do this, in order to pay more attention to the flow of air, to the pass of air, I want you to be able to pay it, close your eyes. It will make complete sense to close your eyes if that would help you focus more. If closing your eyes is going to lead to overthinking, then it's better you don't close your eyes.
Good morning. This is a brief session to help you kickstart your day with a motivated yet clear and focused mind as an essential part of your morning routine. Let's get started. Find a meditation position that works well for you. For this session, avoid laying down and instead try sitting on the floor or on the front edge of a chair. Keep your spine straight and shoulders comfortably back. Staying relaxed yet alert. Feel free to roll your shoulders back a few times or tilt your neck back and forth to loosen up. And as you find your spot, take comfortable breaths, naturally in and out, not forcing anything, but bringing your attention to it, feeling the air moving in and out of your nostrils, and moving your chest up and down. If you like, add in a deeper breath every little while, just to cleanse and refresh your whole body. Deeply in and out. And now, as you are settling into this place of presence and energy, we will focus on going into the day with a clear mind. As a part of your morning routine, it is a great time to declutter your mind. Through this process, you will be mindful of your own self-care, keeping hold of feelings of love toward yourself. This will ultimately exude love and care outward toward others that you encounter during your day. And so, just listen to each following suggestion. And as you do, on the next breath you take in and out, just deeply focus on that suggestion as we begin now. I see the clutter in my mind. I let the thoughts float away. Making clear and open space. Beautiful, cleansed, and free. Letting go of what thoughts remain. Falling away like a waterfall. Then calm, still, and clear. A focused mind, a free mind. Fantastic job. We will perform this brief exercise once more. And this time, feel it twice as deeply, twice as clearly, knowing that you only have a bit of clutter yet to clear. We'll start again now. And remember, just a breath in and out to bring focus to it. I see the remaining clutter in my mind. I let the thoughts float away. Making clear and open space. Beautiful, cleansed, and free. Letting go completely. Falling away like a waterfall. Then calm, still, clear. A focused mind, a free mind. Okay. Remember these key phrases throughout your day. And when an intrusive and non-helpful thought tries to force its way into your thought patterns, you can be reminded of your reassuring breath. Just as you have a clear mind now, you can let that thought drop away. At any point in your day, you can return to a calm, clear, focused, and free mind. Welcome to your day. Embrace it. Enjoy it. Love it. There won't be another day like today.
You may gently open your eyes, and as you do, rub your palm vigorously enough to generate enough heat. Rub it across your eyes. I want you all to take out your journal. Okay, and this is not the notebook that you would typically use for any class, but it's a journal. It's a journal that you're keeping separately for yourself. And if you don't have any other journal with you right now, for today, you can use any other book. I would want you to use a book that is different from the one that you are, using in the session to take notes. And after that, you can go get yourself a journal if you want, or it's nothing much. It's pretty much a diary. You just need a simple book in a diary format. Okay. There are a lot of these well-designed journals, but you don't need them. You just need a simple diary, a book like in a diary format. I want you to take out your journal right now, and I want you to answer to my leading questions. You ready? Let's go. In the past 24 hours to 1 week, I want you to think about 3 things that happened in your personal life that you could feel grateful for. Now, 3 things in your personal life that you could feel grateful for. Where do you begin with? You can start by thinking about any pleasant moment shared with your loved ones. You can think of a dinner that you've had. A fun. Yesterday evening, me and Sansari went to watch Inside Out 2 and we loved it. We feel this should be shown in every school, both the movies, and I think it is amazing. We also met one of our mentors, Nirmal, and had a really great time. I personally taught him to draw his Babaji Mahavatar Baba, and he loved it. It was a really great time yesterday. And I can already pick up uh, three things from the last 24 hours that I could feel grateful for. Now, if you can't think of any instance within the past 24 hours, I want you to stretch it back to the past 3 days, the past 1 week. And remember, these need not be grand moments, like these need not be highlights. Like meeting my mentor is one of a highlight. They need not be highlights. These can be simple occurrences. You can think of a delicious cup of coffee that you enjoy. It could be a shared moment where you're being vulnerable and you're opening up with someone. A nice conversation you had. It can be something it can be something like some things working out in your favor, a help a coworker did. Now, you don't have to think about what happened in your work, but things in your personal life. Yes? Could you all write? Yes. It's easy, right? And as you write this, I want you to now look back at the things you've written and just take 10 seconds each going back to those feelings, experiencing those feelings. Don't just write them on a superficial level. The same joy that you would have experienced at the time when you were experiencing this, I want you to be able to be experiencing that right now. Just take a moment, visualize a moment, and let yourself experience those feelings that you had earlier. Like 10 seconds each, just going through that moment and silently expressing your gratitude to the world for giving you this. You can place your hands across your chest and you can make a silent, you can express a silent thank you to the world for giving you this opportunity or this blessing. I want you to now, I want you to think about three things that happened in your professional life that you could feel grateful for. It could be a moment with a coworker. It could be a nice conversation with a coworker. It could be on a best level. It could be a hire, a job promotion that you got recent, an appraisal. Maybe one of your recent projects got approved. For me, professionally, there are a lot of things to be grateful for. We just recently launched Impact Pro. I'm able to delegate and systematize a lot of work. This leaves me plenty of room for self-improvement. And a lot of great things are happening. We are coming across, we are now going to launch yet another program. A lot is happening. And we are very, very extremely grateful for all the good things to happen. We are very grateful that so many people have joined in for the morning session. Right? And I'm forever grateful that I get to do what I love to do. If you're in a profession that where you're fortunate enough to be doing what you love, that's amazing. Nothing like it. Then every moment feels like a blessing. You look forward to working. If not, you can pick up instances where you had your good times, the silver linings. Now you're not writing your aspirations or your ambitions, you're simply writing the moments that you feel grateful for. And as you write each of those sentences, take 10 seconds as you write a statement, take 10 seconds, going back, experiencing those feelings of joy, of gratitude, of being surrounded by abundance and blessing before moving on to the next statement. Just writing, you can't, there's no point. The reason why we consciously practice expressing gratitude is we are taking control of our emotions. We are choosing what we want to experience every moment. And every moment you want, you can experience gratitude. In fact, this is a ritual that now I started doing. Every time I make a transaction, a payment, I first thank the world for giving me that opportunity. I thank the place for giving me that opportunity and that place for the experience it provided me. I don't always tell it to them out loud unless they provided something exceptional. But even if it was, whatever it is, I make the transaction with gratitude. Like very often you go, you eat out, you see the bill. When you make the payment, inside you there's a slight tinge of resentment, a slight tinge of oh, I'm having to spend, or I'm having to spend. But instead you can flip it. You can instead think, hey, thank you. You can instead express your gratitude internally for thank you for this experience. It is amazing. So, so you can choose to control what emotions you want to experience. Otherwise, your emotions start going on autopilot and they turn against you. So pick up 3 instances in your professional life that you could feel grateful for. Yes, everyone could find 3 things. Now, if you're a homemaker, you can pick up instances when you where you were appreciated for the work you did, or maybe you're a specific corner of the home that you keep in clean, you're very proud of, the food you're cooking that is nourishing others. There's a you are pretty much others' lives are now revolving around what you do, right? So now I want you to take it a step further and think about 3 things you could feel grateful for about yourself. By the way, if you are finding more than 3 things, feel free to write 3 or 5 or as many as you want. I want you to pick up 3 to 5 instances about yourself that you're grateful for, that you could feel proud of. Maybe you're very proud of yourself for the fact that you woke up in the morning to attend the session. You're very proud that you're taking the effort. You've joined a self-improvement, a personal improvement program. You're very proud of yourself for that. It could be a special talent or a skill that you possess that is unique to you. Maybe some of you are good in music, some of you are great dancers, some of you are wonderful artists, some of you are amazing orators, great speakers, some of you are experts at yoga. No matter whatever you do, I want you to be able to express gratitude to yourself for having these blessings or these opportunities. Maybe you can think about a particular aspect of your body. I have a very well-toned body. I'm proud of my curves. I smile well. I want you to think of these aspects about yourself. Maybe you have a great sense of fashion, great sense of dressing. You're now rebuilding your confidence. You're overcoming your camera fear. Some of you are turning on your cameras, right? I want you to be able to write these. And as you do, I want you to experience those feelings of pride, of having these advantages. Yes. Now tell me, how did that feel for you as you wrote this, as you thanked yourself and you experienced those moments of pride and emotional highs? How did that make you feel? It felt good, right? It felt wonderful. And in fact, now if you see, suddenly you feel like a changed person. If you're doing this, if you're doing something like this for the first time, suddenly you feel like you're a changed person. It's like you practice this for a few days, then suddenly you start a morning where you don't do any of this. You'll immediately feel like you'll get the same feeling that you would have if you did not brush your teeth. If you're a person who brushes and showers regularly every morning, and then right, and then one day you don't do any of those, you just have to start your day. You start you feel very unfresh. You feel very unhygienic. And it kind of starts to affect your confidence and the way you feel about yourself. The same exact feeling is what you feel psychologically once you are used to practicing this and then suddenly stop. In fact, many of us are so used to having these feelings of stress, of this anxiety, that we don't see anything beyond it. But I can tell you, you can consciously recharge yourself, right? Like Dr. Somnath Sir said, it's the best recharge ever, right? Exactly. Typically, we never take time to appreciate ourselves. And I want you to make this a ritual. Every morning as you wake up and as you wash your face, okay, after you brush, you wash your face, I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and I want you to tell these three words. I love you. I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and say it, I love you. We are always seeking validation and love from outside. Why not seek it internally? Now, today's session, before we will now be making the to-do list. Like I said, today's session will be extending another 10 minutes further, but I hope you're all going to be staying with me behind, staying with me. All right. Yes, until 6:40. By 6:40, you should all be free. I will be dropping in the chat the link for attendance. I want you all to mark your attendance right beside your name. Here you go. I have marked it in the chat. I have dropped it in the chat, and also I have shared in the WhatsApp group. Now this is for only for members of Impact Pro. Your Lifecraft 3 members might not see your name, but that's okay. All right. So it's yes, yoga session starting at 6:30. Okay, then can you watch? I will be sharing the recording, Tanya. Will you? I want you to be able to watch the last 10 minutes. All right. Mark your attendance in the morning, and then in the recording, watch those last 10 minutes where you see my task explained. Basically, today's task is to prepare a to-do list. Okay, if you want my guidance, you can rewatch the last 10 minutes of the recording. All right. But make sure to find that time in the morning. Okay. Cannot edit the file. Yeah. I'll just anyone anyone with the access can edit now. Yeah, I have updated it. I just want you to refresh. I want you to refresh it so anyone with the access can now edit it. Done. So it's actually very simple. What you basically need to do is, okay, what you basically need to do is by today is Monday 6 a.m. So like just by here, you just mark your tick. See, I can see Gurpreet. So just mark your tick. Just find your name next to it and tick. Okay, it's placed in alphabetical order, so finding a name should not be a problem. Just tap on it and tick. All right. I'll just mark for Tanya. I just want you to mark your attendance. All right. So now, not able to. No, Gurpreet, I've already marked for you. That's why. Already marked for you. Just under Monday 6 a.m. Under Monday 6 a.m. is where you need to mark. That's it. Okay. Just refresh. I want you to refresh. The reason is it's this way. I want you to just hit the refresh button. Hit the refresh button on your phone. Maybe, just, or how do you refresh? Just swipe so that you can do it there. That's it. See, or so many people have been able to log in, get access. Just mark your name. Yeah. All of you, anyone with the link can edit. Done. Just mark your attendance under your name. All right. Monday, 6 a.m. Masterclass Saturday, 7 p.m. Yeah, it was done on behind, but you can focus here. That's it. So now we are about to prepare our do-it list. Now, what's a do-it list? It's basically a list of all the things that you need to do today. I want you to think through your entire day and start with the morning. What are the things that you have to do in the morning? Like, let's say, for example, Tanya wanted to attend the morning yoga class. So her do-it list would look like in the morning, I want to attend a morning class in the Niranjan's morning session, 6 a.m. Then yoga session, 6:30 a.m. Then maybe, have a home cooked breakfast, maybe, garden plants, 7:30 a.m. Have a breakfast at this time. I want you to be able to write down every single thing that you will practically be doing from morning till night on your to-do list. And yes, I want you to include your breakfast and your meal timings as well. We recently, in one of our research, we did a mindful morning eating where we basically we had a wholesome breakfast together with all our participants. And we were shocked to find out that many people are having their breakfast after a very long time. They typically don't get time to eat breakfast. They're in so much rush, they don't get time for breakfast. And so I want you to be able to write it. If you are a person who wants to have a breakfast, I want you to have it. Write it. All right. So start from the morning. What are the first things that you have to do in the morning? Right after this class. On your journal, I want you to just write it along with the time. If you are perhaps you like to go for a morning exercise, perhaps you like to spend some time maybe reading in the morning, not able to find attendance. It's in the, I'll just drop it once again in the chat box. I'll just, okay. Yes, I'm extremely sorry, Rohan. See, basically the morning session was what we did, what we have always done typically. There's nothing, it's like we did our morning meditation, we did our journaling thing and our gratitude exercise. Now we are moving on to preparing our to-do list. So you can stay here and prepare your do-it list with us. Otherwise, it's the things that you've always been doing. Okay. Yes. So don't worry if you're not able to mark. I've just taken, I will mark attendance on your behalf. Okay. Don't worry. I'll just mark your attendance on your behalf. I've taken a screenshot. Don't worry. I'll do it now. So now I want you to bring your attention back to this activity and not get distracted with attendance. Okay. So here, think about your morning hour. How would you like to spend your morning hours first? Then think about the time after breakfast. Maybe at what time do you have to leave for commute, for work? If you are a person who has to commute for work, many of us just rush into the bus stop, rush into the metro station. We are running. Maybe by just leaving 10 minutes earlier, you can actually feel at ease. And we always tell this to ourselves, tomorrow I'm going to come early, tomorrow, but that tomorrow never comes. So I want you to be able to write those things, that what time do you have to leave? What time do you have to make your move? What do you have to rush? Hurry. Basically, you're now trying to take conscious control over your day. Think about the things you have to do at work, all the submissions, all the project reports, the meetings you have to attend, the files you have to clear. Yeah. Thank you so much, Surya. Attendance will be taken care of. All right. Don't worry about it now. What are the things you have to do at work? If you're a freelancer, what are the things that you have to do that you've been hesitating? For almost 1 year, even after I started doing my business, I wasn't making a do-it list. And I realized after a while, as my life started getting more complex, it became increasingly overwhelming and difficult to keep up. I would often forget a lot of things. So here I want you to think about all the things. Maybe you have already made your ideal week, done your time blocking as I had advised you to do, and you already have a clear picture of how your time would go like. You can refer to your calendar and make your list on top of that. Either ways, it's up to you. Do it list or to-do list. When you say do it, it sounds like do it. To do, it's kind of like to do. That's why. Okay. Now here, I want you to think of the things that you have to do in the afternoon, maybe the evening. So if it's an off day, what are the things you would like to do in the off day? How would you like to celebrate your off day? This is a time you can get a little creative and you can really think, right? Just do it. Exactly. Just do it. That should be our logo for many of us. Now, what about your evening? Maybe how would you like to de-stress, unwind? What about your night time? What are the strategies you're going to implement from what we have discussed, what we had learned? We had spoken some strategies about retaining your energy, like having a taking a nap in the afternoon, maybe to avoid the crash, maybe cutting off some time in front of the screen, giving yourself a time for an evening unwind, some personal time, me time. Maybe you can find time for some personal care, for a hobby that you want to do. I want you to think of all the things that you want to do, but always attach a time to it. If you're not able to comprehend your day as detailed, go as detailed as possible for you. But everything has to be attached with the time. You will realize that as you start doing this more often, you start to get better at it. It's all a practice. As you keep doing it, you keep getting better and better and better. And you will realize that you're able to plan your day with much more. And it's all right if things don't always go as per plan. That's all right. 80% of an amazing plan is better than 100% of a mediocre plan or a no plan. Yes. So I don't want you to have this thought that this can't work, stop you through. If you're seeing that you're getting better at it, you're able to actually do it, I want you to, you can maybe notch it a step higher and you can do something more advanced. Yes. All of you are able to have your clarity and visualization. Yes. So today, your task for the day, number one is to share the number one it is to share your do it list. You know exactly where to post it in the community. We have shown you the exact space where I want you to where you can post it on the community. So your thing for today is to share your is to share your do it list on the community. That's the very first thing. Secondly, I'll be sharing the habit tracker and all those templates. I want you to be able to take the printout of the habit tracking templates and I want you to keep it. The printout of the habit tracking templates today, all the shops will be open. It's a weekday, so you can take a printout. And I want you to be able to place it on your studio on a place where you can see it. Take two printouts, one the sessions planner, second is the habit tracker. These are the two things that you are going to take a printout for. So where exactly are you going to post the community? So you're basically going to number one, share your do it list. Here you go. Submit your tasks here. Here's where you submit. See, many of you have already shared your time block calendar. That's amazing. You can always leave free space in your calendar if you want to leave it free. All right. So just make sure that it's like a conscious free space that you're leaving. Okay. So here you can simply click a new post and you can simply share the photo of your do it list. That's it. Also, you can also share photo of your habit tracker and your sessions tracker and share there as well. This is basically what you're required to do. That's it. If for many of you the task is already done, so have an amazing day. We will see you again tomorrow. If in between any time you feel stuck, you want your doubts answered, please feel free to ask your doubts here. We are not going to, I'll not be answering a lot of doubts on the WhatsApp group because, that's a place I want to leave it for sharing my inputs and my feedback. And, if I want to give more if I want to have more comprehensive conversation, I want to have that. Let's not, let's not spam the group with all the other things. So here I want you to be able to, you can simply ask your doubts and FAQs here. I will be answering it here. Or if it requires a much more comprehensive answer, then in that case, I'll share it in the WhatsApp group. All right. So that's basically it. Have an amazing day. Love you all. And all the best for all the best for an amazing day. Thank you so much.